Everything audibly and visually is being recorded.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
So anything you say,
Can and will be used against
well,
you.
anything you say is being going to be shared.
That's okay. I'm not worried about it. And again, you don't want water flowing down here now. My broker said we want water flowing down
I
here.
don't know why.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to do it, I can turn it on.
I wouldn't know.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't see any justification in running water.
Well,
But
I don't
I
see
can
any
run a
receipt.
sink or something. It's not going to put a lot of
Well,
water.
I don't see what that does, Mike. That's
It
what's
doesn't do
confusing.
anything at all. No. I mean, again, I only use water to get
It
through
tells
the
you which
line,
is up.
but I don't need to know which is up.
Yeah.
I've got
Okay.
that. I mean, you know, I can flush the toilet, so what I'll do is I'll confirm that that break is on the bottom of the pipe where water would pass over it, therefore water would go through it into the ground and cause problems.
Oh, okay.
So I'll flush the toilet, and then as I pull it back, I'll get that spot, and then the rest of the water will be out of the line.
Because there'll be 8 gallons. Okay.
It'll just be.
Okay.
There's one down here, right?
Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Okay.
I think you just had some roots that someone cut out, and that's why it backed up when they were doing whatever they were doing. It didn't back up because that break or anything like that.
Okay.
So you'll see, here's the water from the toilet flush. Got out there really quick, actually.
Okay.
So we said we were at this next joint here.
Now you won't be able to see it
Yeah,
possibly.
because it'll go, the water will go.
Oh,
There's the joint.
oh, okay, there it is, 69.
See, so the water's actually traveling in there where this stuff is growing. That's roots growing through the crack.
Okay.
Hey, Sonia, I'm in the gym. I stopped the recording. So
Oh, you did? Oh, good.
I
Okay.
didn't stop the recording, it's just stopped the voice. So, you know, you can see the break at basically 9 o'clock. Camera, which would, if this was 6 o'clock here on the right of the screen. So the bottom, this is where the water goes, and it's
Where?
definitely got a break.
At 9 o'clock. I mean, if you, okay, well,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's
If this
down.
was 6 o'clock and this would be 9 o'clock, so that tells you it's on the.
Oh, that's the
yeah,
break.
that's
Okay,
the
that's
crack.
just, those are roots coming in.
But that's where
Even
the
though you
water,
let it
it's because it's got paper and waste on it. As that paper goes over it,
Oh,
it's gonna
okay.
just,
oh, I gotcha.
it's gonna
Okay.
just stop on there. And so it kind of hides the roots a little bit.
So if I'm looking out here, if I'm right here, that slight break is on the left side as I'm going out toward the street. It's at 9 o'clock, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And you can see a pretty good picture from it right there. You can see there's displacement as well. Can you see how?
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Well, this is smooth, and then there's a lip right there. It's a fine lip, but it does tell me that that pipe is broken clean through. Otherwise, I wouldn't have displacement. So when I don't have displacement, the best I can say is there's a crack in the pipe.
Yeah.
When I have displacement, I say there's a break in the pipe. Do you agree with the difference and understand the difference?
A break meaning something is separated.
It's broken. It's completely broken, as opposed to a crack.
So what would cause that?
Don't know.
Okay. Age? Okay.
Don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Okay.
Something shifted, maybe moved something a little bit, and the pressure made it break.
So you're saying 69, 70 feet
Yep.
right in there?
So let's
Ish.
pause this. So I need clay.
Here, I have. I'm not worried.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna pull this back then.
Yeah. So, and you look at it as you come back, oh, because you already looked at it coming back up, no?
Well,
Did you?
Well, again, I
Are we
didn't,
done?
no, we're not. I'm just
Okay.
gonna turn that off so we don't have that little squiggly stuff going through the screen. So that's the break.
Okay, can I get over here to mine?
Of course, bud.
Okay, just my perspective, I've gotten used to that perspective. Yeah, thank you.
So you have some root intrusion in the pipe, probably because of the proximity to the shrubs that you have close to the front of the house.
Oh, that's kind of.
Junipers or whatever, perhaps.
Okay.
Again, this spot right here is approximately 16 feet, 4 joints approximately in. That's a little bit of root growth, but there is an offset. That's the one that I showed you. Put my camera over it, so it stops.
Now, do you call that a break?
It's an offset.
And I'm sorry.
An offset is where the pipe joints are, and it's
Where
just
the two
shifted.
pipes
It's just shifted a little bit in it. And so see how my thumb raises up? So I'm in here smooth, nice and tight, and then if I turn it, no.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that that's dirt, where it shifted a little bit, the top
It's
is
an offset.
It's an offset.
It's the proper terminology.
But
the only
there's that
terminology.
concrete in there?
No, it's just, you're seeing the blunt end of the pipe. You're seeing the pipe,
That's not good.
edge of the pipe. It's not optimum. It's the only joint like that in the whole system.
Would you leave that?
I'd say that's probably more problematic than the break. But if I ended up doing 16 feet as opposed to 7, the price isn't going to change really more than a couple $100.
Well, what do you mean? You can't, we don't want to dig 16 feet, that's going to take the whole, would you recommend that?
As opposed to just digging one hole there and then another hole 5 feet away.
Oh, it's 5 feet?
Well, I mean, technically, by the time you dug a 7-foot long hole to get to 7 foot deep at that spot, and then you dug another 7-foot hole by
Oh, you got another, 2 holes.
2 holes, that's basically 14 feet. You with
Oh,
me?
it's another repair. It's going to be double.
No, it's just, once we're in the yard, I could do the whole yard for a couple $100 more than doing just that one spot. Because my permit doesn't change, my labor changes, my pipe changes a little bit, but it's not that big a deal, so it's just all yard.
So is that an issue as far as you're concerned?
Again, you asked me would I deal with it, and I say that's more problematic than that break because it's an actual shift in the flow line. Let me show you what that,
In the flow, right.
yeah, let me show you what a toilet flush looks like over that.
I was going to say, I could do it, keep running out there. Okay.
So you tell me what you see when that water comes through there.
It's
It'll
gonna
make
bounce, I
sense.
bet.
What's that?
I bet the water's going to jump a little
It
bit.
sure is.
Of course, it's still moving.
Okay, that's okay.
My dad would say leave it. He'd say, so what?
Well, then, it's obviously your prerogative, but it's, my point is that's gonna stop things from freely flowing through there. Now, you see when the water's, see now the water's dissipating, but the water definitely wants to,
It's jumping. It's not flowing freely like it is further up.
and my camera stops right there. So waste will stop right there. It's about a 1/2 inch offset.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just report that it's about a 1/2 inch offset, because that's what it is.
Uh-huh.
There's another joint,
Okay.
a little bit of water.
And again, you're not surprised by this based on the age of these
I'm not
houses.
surprised at it all, but I don't ever use the age of a house to determine whether or not something I see in the line is gonna be maintainable or not. You have to base your
Yeah,
repairs
yeah.
solely
It's so
on the
many
structural integrity of the pipe. No, not so many things, the structural integrity of the pipe.
Well, like you said, like if you come out to my house and then it wasn't
Plastic.
put in, a lot of it is the way things were done when the house was new and it was built. Did they make it straight? Did they, it really makes a difference, it sounds to me. And of course, roots that's when roots would come in. Yeah.
And no one can predict the amount of growth that you'll have from
Yeah, I
cutting
get
to
it.
cutting. No one
Okay.
can ever imagine. No, but you've got about 3 joints here through the yard that have roots in them. Those joints can be, because those joints are good and they're not offset, Those joints are structurally good joints. Those joints can be maintained with proper sized blades through proper access.
Okay, and what do you physically do to repair this when there's a break? Don't you have to cut out pipe?
Yeah.
Is it kind of like you're cutting out and you're repairing?
Absolutely. Splicing in a new section of pipe. There's two couplings that join the clay to the plastic and then the plastic to the clay that's existing. And so you've just got this plastic section of pipe in between two clay sections.
Didn't somebody tell me that they put clay? As long as that's all clay, it needs to remain clay.
No, you can't put clay back in. The city won't let you do that. You can ask Centennial, they'll tell you. It's all got to be plastic pipe.
You mean Greenville Village?
Oh, yeah.
And you know Centennial is over here on.
Yeah, I know there's like fingers that go through this. So,
Stupid, it's part of our neighborhood.
you don't put clay back in, Lisa.
You don't?
No, you don't put clay back in. There's your transition.
Okay, that's the transition you call it. Yeah, okay, and we know it. Why didn't they just make the whole thing cast iron?
Because then the outside pipe would be subjected to groundwater and interior water. And that would rust that pipe out quicker. Because it's cast iron.
Oh, okay. Oh.
The pipe under the house isn't subjected to groundwater as much as...
And groundwater would rust, and then it would just simply rust.
It would rust on the outside and inside. Right now, you're only rusting from the inside out.
Isn't that going to have to be replaced eventually, that
Yeah.
cast iron?
Potentially. I mean, it's lasted I see cast iron that lasts 100 years. I don't have any justification to say that it's,
Yeah.
going to need to be
Yeah.
repaired imminently. So
Uh-huh.
the only thing I would say is maybe check it again in a couple of years to whoever, is listening to this video. Just check it again in a couple of years.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But you're going to have clean outs.
Uh-huh.
So, you're going to have the ability to clean the line from outside
Mm-hmm.
in towards the house, cut out all those roots. And when you're keeping a fluid, smooth, consistent flow and really no water's backing up and rest and staying in that cast iron pipe, accelerating the rusting process, it'll last longer.
Okay.
So fixing the outside pipe, in this case, will I believe add longevity and life to the inside pipe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just provided a justification why. It's not just my opinion, it's not just what I think, it's what is seen happen.
Mm-hmm.
So there's your cast iron,
Okay.
very little water there, it's a relatively minor.
Yeah, you don't tend to see, you don't always see issues in, some breaks.
You're just not going to see breaks in cast
Yeah, it's not
iron.
gonna break.
It's just going to rust out on the bottom, and you'll...
Right. Here we go. Okay, very, very interesting. Right.
So, this is for the house, what's the address here, Lisa, again?
5975 South Vine Street.
Okay, thank you. So I showed you that my video was happening in your house,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't showing you a video of someone else's. That's what, just
Okay.
rule that out, so
Sure, yeah.
no one can say,
Covering yourself, yeah.
Covering you.
Covering everybody, yeah. Gotcha, thank you. Yeah, gotta think of every little thing nowadays, don't we?
Well, it's pretty streamlined. I mean, I know what people are
Yeah,
looking at, I understand what they need.
sure.
So,
And that went on okay?
I haven't tightened it yet, I just tightened by hand.
Oh, gotcha, okay. Wow, all right, well.
Straight up, simple.
Well, what are the things that I still have to decide is am I willing to pay for it?
Well,
And that's not.
one thing that'll help, it is my problem.
No, it's not.
To a degree, but let me tell you what the price is. So, they do 7 feet in the yard, 2,600. That's going to be the clean outs, that's going to be an inspection, it's going to be a permit, everything. 5-year warranty.
That's for Joan cleaning it out.
And yeah, then we'll clean it out included. That's nothing. If I do the 16 feet, it'll be 3,100. So a difference of 500.
How do you know that so quickly?
Because I do this every day, and I price this stuff out, and I know what my costs are. I know what my costs are, I know how long it's going to take, I know how deep it is, so I don't have to think. I don't have to guess. I'm not going to say, oh, I didn't know it was 9 feet deep. It's not 9 feet deep, it's 7. I'm not saying it's 5. And if I dig down there and it's more than 7, okay. I don't come back to you and say, hey, my equipment didn't read right, so you got to give me more money.
Oh, yeah. Well,
$3,100, 16 feet with inspection. That eliminates the break and the offset. The rest of the line is 100% maintained. And no one could refute that.
Yeah, okay, you'll put that in writing, won't you?
Absolutely.
Because I may present it, because I just thought, no, I didn't,
Are you still confused about the issues that you're having with your sewer line?
No, I think